Yeah, we're live.
We're live. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
I
We don't
know.
know what we're doing, but we're going to do it.
We are figuring it out as we go, and this is truly exciting. So we should be live on YouTube and in Facebook, and we're gonna see how this goes. How you feeling today, Kelley?
I feel amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look great. You look great.
Thank
Green's a good color on you.
So
we'll
do something solid,
Yeah, I know. I was looking for some solid stuff and I realized I don't really have any. So yeah, I'll have to go shopping. So I settled on pink and
I
white.
decided I need to get some red into my wardrobe.
Yeah, good. All right. And I'm curious. Okay, we're all new. Hi guys, whoever's jumping in, welcome. We are trying new things today and very excited about it. Hey, Susan. Yay. Okay. Kelley, can you see the comments?
Are they on Facebook?
No, this is on. Oh, I don't know. Susan, are you on Facebook?
Oh, okay. No, I see them now. I had to click over. I see them now.
Yes. Okay. Like Susan, if you can hear me, let me know that you can hear me. And
yeah, let us know it's working right, Susan.
Give us a heads up.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks. Good. All right. Good. Fantastic. It's another gorgeous day in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. It's sunny.
It's got
love the sun. Get your vitamin D.
Yeah. Fall's coming. Totally excited. Welcome to everybody who's jumping on. We're just hanging out. Jen and Kelley here to kick off this brand new series. So we're going to give it just a little bit and see who else is going to jump on live. And we're trying out new technology. So, getting out of our comfort zone and figuring it out. So I think people are definitely interested in the replay. There will be replays. How exactly that's going to show up, I don't know yet, but we'll find out afterwards. And please reach out to me if you don't get a replay and you want it or you can't find it or something like that. So we're navigating some new territories together and really excited about it. And this is going to be a 30-minute-ish presentation. We're going to kind of keep it to about 30 minutes and take some notes, get a notepad, definitely, or whatever you take notes on these days. I still like the old-fashioned pen and paper, but maybe you have a different way of doing it. So it's all good. And feel free to say hi in the chat. I'm curious if anybody's on YouTube. Let me know. I wonder if we would see because this is so brand new. I literally am using technology I've never used before, and it's going really well, I think, but looking for the feedback. So if you're on YouTube, say hi in the comments. Even if you're not on YouTube, say hi in the comments. Kelley, I'm just going to check to see if there's anybody that's having difficulty getting on or has a question, and then we'll get going here. I think I'm expecting this to be harder than it is. And it seems like it's kind of...
Well, kudos to you for figuring out all this tech stuff.
Well, thank you. And thanks to my son, Jack, who is a tech expert. So that's really helpful. So, all right, let's rock and roll. We are ready to go. So welcome, everybody. My name is Jen Ohrman. I am a certified transformational coach for midlife women who are ready to discover their next act, to step into what's next, to do it with confidence, clarity, purpose, and a new blueprint to find your passion and make an impact in the world. We're here today debuting this Empowered Chats series. It's the very first, and I'm really excited. I'm going to introduce my guest here in a little bit, but just a little bit about the Empowered Chats series. I am featuring my amazing clients as well as other women who are truly in the prime of their life, our life, right? That's what midlife is. It's the prime of our life. And a lot of times we wind up, like I have, kind of spinning my wheels, confused. Who am I? What do I do? Oh my God, the kids are gone. Like what? And then like the sun starts to rise again, and you start to discover, wait a second, there is a whole new chapter. There are multiple new chapters here for me. And so together, I work with my clients and help to connect people into what's to come. So it's a gift, it's an honor, it's a passion, and all of it. The Empowered Chat series is those of all of us coming together in a sisterhood where we are supporting each other and navigating each other through this midlife time. What is more important or more foundational than dealing with perimenopause and menopause as the foundation of our health moving forward? It's everything. Our good health is everything. Feeling good is everything. It's really hard to create and discover and even want to discover what's next for us if we're not feeling good. And how many of us are in places where we wake up and wonder, whose body is this? Like, what is happening? I don't even recognize myself anymore. We reach out for help. We don't get the help, right? All the time. And that's changing today. That is changing today. I am telling you, I could not be more excited to announce and showcase and spotlight my guest, Kelley, who is a client and friend, who is and she's just an incredible soul, and she is here to make a difference. Kelley is a certified nurse practitioner. She has 25 years of healthcare experience, and most recently developed an incredible mission and passion for helping women navigate the perimenopause and menopause journey of life. So she's here, located in Robinson, Pennsylvania, and we're going to have a great time talking with her today. If you do have questions, some of you have already submitted questions ahead of time. We're going to try to get to them. You can try to put them in the chat if we see. I'm not even sure if we're seeing the chat because I'm figuring this out as we go. If you do have a question that doesn't get answered, reach out to me, message me, and we will get the question answered after the fact. I also want to let you know the Empowered Chat series is debuting today. It's an ongoing series, but with Kelley, it's going to be a multi-part series. In fact, we're going to meet again this next Friday, September 19th. So mark your calendars. This is such a large subject. We want to continue. So Kelley are you ready to take the stage and go forward, share your wisdom?
Sure. What do you want me to start with?
Well, I would love for you, first of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for being such a light for women. Thank you for providing such hope for women. As you know, being a midlife woman, and my whole business is about midlife women. This is a conversation we have all the time. And I love having the opportunity to be able to offer you to them because your heart is wide open, your willingness and desire to support, and your knowledge is top notch. So you are cutting edge. You know what's going on in the current world of menopause, unlike many practitioners. No fault of their own, just the way things are. So you are a gift, and I am so grateful. So I would love for you to share a little bit about your story and why perimenopause, menopause. Why is this your specialty now?
So this is my specialty now because I'm a nurse practitioner. I was working in primary care, and at about the age of 42, maybe, it's so hard to kind of, my 40s are a big blur. But I started to develop symptoms that I didn't know what was going on. So I thought I was sleeping, but I wasn't sleeping. And I started to develop, I was starting to have like this hip pain. I was having anxiety over small things that never bothered me before. So in my 20s and 30s, I could do multiple tasks at the same time. I could listen to multiple people at the same time. I could read. I could, I was a high functioning overachiever. And in my 40s, I started to not be able to, I noticed that like doing my continuing education to maintain my, my licensing, I was reading the same sentence over and over again, and I couldn't make it make sense. I thought I had developed ADHD. I was having anxiety and irritability and anger and rage almost. And so I was already on something for anxiety since my 30s, which had developed like after I had my daughter, but it didn't seem to be working anymore. So changed the dose, and that helped for just a little bit. And then it didn't. So changed the dose again. And then that wasn't working. So I went to another antidepressant. Now I'm kind of compressing my entire 7-year journey into kind of lopping it all together. I started to have migraines. Well, I had always suffered from migraines even in childhood, but they were worse. The things that I had already did, which was like avoiding my triggers and things, weren't working anymore. So I was sent to a neurologist. I was put on medications, sent to a world-renowned headache specialist, put on injections. Like I said, lopping everything into a short amount of time here. Hip pain, had x-rays, had MRIs, saw an orthopedic, like nothing's wrong with your hip. The anxiety and things just got so bad that I literally like quit my job as a primary care provider. And I was taking care of over 1,000 patients were under my care. And I just up and really quit my job. I did get another one. I was doing virtual urgent care from home, which was really a blessing in disguise. I mean, me quitting my PCP job was a blessing in disguise, because when I got this job doing virtual urgent care, I had a lot of time on my hands. It wasn't a bad thing, because then I started researching and I gained 30 pounds, like just so many things. And I started researching like all of my symptoms and what was wrong with me, because all of my blood work, everybody I had seen was like, you're normal. But I didn't feel normal. I was not the same person that I was in my, in my 30s. I had become introverted. I mean, my favorite thing to do was stare at a blank wall.
Wow. Oh my
gosh. I had anything. Yeah. I mean, I didn't think I had anything to say that anybody cared about. I can remember being in a group of people and everybody's chatting, and I'm just standing back and going, these people do not care about one thing I have to say. Anyway, so when I was working from home, and this was around the age of 47, 48, I started the biggest thing was, oh my God, all this weight that I gained. And that's why my hip hurts. And that's why I don't have any energy. And that's why, that was my reasoning for all of the symptoms that I was having. And we can go over symptoms, but that was my reasoning. So I came across this book called The Galveston Diet, written by some doctor, Mary Claire Haver, who was at the time a nobody, and now she's like a big somebody. But
Dr. Mary Claire Haver, part of the Menopause.
Shout out to her. But I came across this book, and because I wanted to lose weight, because I thought that was the reason for all of a lot of my issues. And in that book, she mentioned something that mentioned a lot of things that I was never taught as a nurse practitioner. I was taught menopause was women stop their periods, they have some hot flashes, and they'll get over it. Basically,
people think it's hot flashes, right? That's even
it's so much more
beyond hot flashes.
Way beyond hot flashes. But that was what I was taught as a nurse and as a nurse practitioner. I was a horrible menopause provider. I was given absolutely no education surrounding what actually happens to a woman during this time of her life. And when I read her book, it was like, holy cow, this is what is wrong with me. And then I started researching menopause more and more and more, came across the book Estrogen Matters, which is the book that changed my view, my outlook about not only menopause, but hormones, and that they are not as bad for us as we've been led to believe. So that's my really short.
Let me ask you, a couple of things. Thank you. Yes, it breaks my heart to hear about those years that, where your self-confidence plummeted, where you just were staring at blank walls. And I can understand. I mean, apathy and lack, decreasing confidence and anxiety and things like that, I really can relate to. So this is so important. We have to get the word out, and we help women, right? We have to put them in. Tell me a couple of things. You said the first book was the Galveston Diet. And by the way, while I'm thinking about this, in my Totally Awesome You group, if you're a part of it, Kelley already dropped a file in there, which is beautiful. It's comprehensive menopause information. So go to Totally Awesome You. If you're not part of the group, let me know. I will get that file to you. You want to have this. It's a wonderful document that gives you lots of important information to have at hand. You mentioned the book, The Galveston Diet, and now Mary Claire has a newer book that came out last year called The New Menopause. Yeah. So that's recommended in your list of readings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
okay.
Book.
So
great book.
And the second, the big power, the other powerful book, there's multiple, but is Estrogen Matters. And that's by
Dr. Ohrman Blooming. He is an oncologist. He helped develop the lumpectomy as opposed to the radical mastectomy. His wife is a breast cancer survivor, and after she went through everything with breast cancer, she then started to develop symptoms of menopause, and they were debilitating for her also. And that is what led him to start researching, like, are hormones really as bad as we've been led to believe? And the short answer to that is no.
Okay, cool. And we're going to get to that. And so, and then
that's a whole episode in itself.
Well, I know we're only going to start scratching the surface. We're going to have multiple parts to this series.
Yeah.
Because it may just be ongoing. So, because it matters for all of us. If you're a woman, it matters. And I don't even care what age. My daughter, who's 22, and everybody else who's a female. Yeah. Yes,
it
absolutely.
Matters. It matters because it starts so much earlier than people think. People think menopause is, something that happens to old ladies. I don't know. I don't think either one of us are old ladies. But that's really the reality of it. Whenever you see things like on social media and stuff, or like ads for, about, they always have like older women on there. Well, menopause is one day. It's 366 days after your last period. It's the 7 to 10 years before that is perimenopause, when your hormones are declining. That is really the big issue.
Yeah. Well, do you want to talk a little bit about that, about and why we're talking to the younger women and women in their 30s, and how perimenopause
we can really,
and the symptoms.
Yeah. So the reason the menopause happens, there's a lot of misconceptions. So one is that our ovaries make our hormones. That's a big misconception. The ovaries are involved, but when we're born, we're born as women, we're born with all of our reproductive material. So we are born with all of our follicles/eggs in our ovaries when we're born. And when we're born with about 1 million eggs. And by the time we're in our 20s, we're down to maybe 400,000 eggs. By the time we're 40, though, we are down to about 25,000 eggs. It's the eggs that make the hormones. It is not the ovaries. So the reason that your hormones start to decline is because the egg supply starts to decline. When the egg supply declines, so does the hormone. So at around age 40, you're down to about in and around 25,000 eggs. By the time you're 50, you're down to 1,000 or less. So from your late 30s to 50s is a rapid decline of your egg supply, which in turn has a rapid decline of your hormones. Hormones are messengers to our cells, and every single cell in our body, from our brain, our eyes, our skin, our bones, our heart, our gut, have these hormone receptors on them. Hormones are messengers. They go to the cells and they tell the cells how to function normally. When those hormones are gone, the cells aren't getting the messages. So whenever the message isn't there telling the cell how to function normally, they start to function abnormally. And that's what gives us the symptoms of perimenopause.
Okay.
So do you want some symptoms?
Let's talk about symptoms, because I want to normalize this.
You have to realize there's like over 60.
Well, yeah, maybe we won't like get them all, but I mean, just to say, like, one of my symptoms was a frozen shoulder. And
Yes.
it, as a physical therapist, me being a PT, I understood what that was, and it was starting to come on, and I'm like, what the heck? But I still didn't know that this happened a couple of years ago to me. And I didn't know at that time that this was a primary symptom of menopause because of the decrease in estrogen in my body. And and we need to know this and get out ahead of it. And yes. And so that was one for me. And my other big one for me personally there's a few, but driving anxiety.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have driving anxiety?
Oh, I did.
I drove my whole life, and I don't love driving, but that's significant. So those are two, right? You hear that. That goes. Okay. Tell us more. What else are people feeling?
Those go without saying. So remember, again, these hormones, the receptors for these hormones are in every single cell of your body. So every single body system can be affected by this. So women will have itchy, dry skin, itchy ears, dry eyes, dry mouths, burning mouth. I was having mouth ulcers. 5 to 6 of them at a time. Was sent to an oral surgeon who told me, maybe you're allergic to your toothpaste, try another one.
Wow.
I don't get them anymore now that I'm on my hormones.
Amazing.
Like,
amazing.
The driving thing, me too, had the same thing. I couldn't judge my car. I was hitting curbs. I would make sure I had 3 spaces to park in so I wouldn't have to try to get in between 2 vehicles. I had one patient who said she couldn't make left turns anymore because they just made her so anxious.
Yeah.
That's another, because these are neurotransmitters and they work directly in our brain. And so, another thing is brain fog. I thought I developed ADHD because I would start things, I couldn't finish them. I was like, I would go into rooms, I didn't know why I was there. I mean, I had one woman just recently tell me she stuck her purse in the fridge and spent an hour looking for her purse.
Oh my gosh.
And it was in the refrigerator. So it affects our brain. It affects our skin. It affects our, so we see the changes happening on the outside, right? Like, wrinkles and things aren't up as like they used to. Well, that same process is happening inside of our body. So our blood vessels lose elasticity. They become weaker. Gosh, there's so much to say, but so
we're going to keep going, but yeah.
So we see the changes happening on the outside. Well, those same changes happen on the inside. So our blood vessels become thinner and weaker. Our whole genitourinary system, our urethra, our vagina, our bladder, changes are happening there. Our gut changes are happening there. Estrogen plays a major role in keeping the microbiome alive. So many women will all of a sudden, and I'm one of these women, be developed with irritable bowel syndrome. No matter, I wouldn't even eat at work because if I did, the gas and the bloating and the pain would be so bad, it would be hard for me to go in and see the next patient.
Yep.
So the thing is these symptoms can be anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah. And something else I've learned is UTIs in midlife women and how quickly they can be resolved for many with vaginal estrogen.
Not only
you know,
UTIs, but how many women get up at night to pee? Though common, not normal.
yeah,
How many
yeah.
women need to know where the bathroom is whenever they go anywhere because they might have to pee all of a sudden? Though common, not normal.
Can I say, I love that you just said that, though common, not normal. And
Yeah.
I think we've all been raised to believe this is just normal. It's just suck it up, buttercup. It's
Yeah.
just getting old. No, it's not.
Right. It's not. So peeing when laughing, coughing, sneezing, though common, not normal. Like
Yeah.
the thing is there's so many of these symptoms that we start to ignore because they become our new normal. They're not normal. But we make them our new normal. So many women don't even realize the symptoms that they're having until one, they read my list, or two, when I have them fill out my perimenopause and menopause questionnaire. And then they're like, well, yeah, I'm having that. But they just get used to it.
All right, let's, for time's sake, because we literally, we could be here for 4 hours today. And so we have some questions that people have asked. So let's and I want it, before we go, I want you to talk about what, how can you help people? But we'll definitely get to that. Let's talk about let's talk about hormone replacement therapy. Okay, let's talk about it. What is it? What are the benefits? What are the contraindications? Is it safe? Does it cause cancer? I know it's a huge thing.
So that could be an hour in itself, honestly, or at least a half an hour in itself. But okay, hormone replacement therapy, and you're going to hear multiple different terms. You're going to hear bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, menopause hormone therapy, hormone replacement therapy. It all means the same thing. They all mean the same thing. Giving our body back the hormones that are depleting due to menopause. And so all it is replenishing, restoring, it's giving back the body the hormones that it has had all of its life that are now declining due to the declining amount of eggs that you have. So there's many different methods to do this, and I go over the methods with women, including my favorite one. I mean, I wear a patch, I take a progesterone pill, I do topical testosterone, I do vaginal estrogen. I do vaginal DHEA. I use vaginal estrogen on my face every morning. I mean,
and it's beautiful.
We could get into like all of those things in future, but we're just trying to give a really kind of broad overview of things right now. So that's what hormone replacement is giving your body back and when we do this now, like what I do is I give you back bioidentical hormones. That means, or body identical. That means on a molecular chemical level, these hormones that we're giving ourselves are identical to what your body has made its entire life. The body recognizes them as their own and uses them as their own. So do they come from big pharma? Yeah, they make them. Somebody has to make them. They're sourced from wild yams. So people that are it's not natural. That's where they come from. They're sourced from wild yams, and they're life changing. They've changed my life.
Yes, me too. I agree. Yes,
they've changed my patients' lives.
Okay. Yes. No more staring at the blank walls. And
I'd never been doing this 4 years ago. Are you kidding me? At 49, I'd never been doing this.
Wow. This is okay. So why have we why have many of us really not heard about perimenopause, menopause, HRT? In fact, I feel like menopause was like a bad word. Like nobody would say it. Like it was shrouded in darkness, and I mean, that's a whole nother topic too, right? But like, why?
That's a whole nother hour.
Why
very, very briefly. So in the 1990s, Premarin, Prempro, they were the fourth biggest prescribed medications in the world.
Wow. In the 90s.
In the 90s.
Okay.
So, and there was evidence that they were helping improve quality, helping decrease, improving quality of life, one, but two, decreasing the risk of heart disease in women. So the NIH, the National Institutes of Health, decided, oh, let's do a study. So they did what's called the Women's Health Initiative.
WHI.
So the WHI. So in 2002, so they're doing this study, and they're seeing possibly some concerning things. Okay. So they do this study, and there was a press release. It wasn't even the actual study that was released. It was a press release that the media picked up, and it said there's a 25% increased risk of breast cancer with hormone therapy. Overnight, doctors stopped prescribing. Women flushed their hormones down the toilet because they were all fearful of breast cancer. It was the fourth largest selling medication and went to the last.
That's incredible.
80% of women at that time in the 1990s, 40% of perimenopausal, menopausal women, mostly menopausal at that time, but were taking hormone replacement therapy, and overnight 80% of those prescriptions dropped. Also, what happened after that study is any type of education that was being done in medical school stopped. It stopped.
Wow.
So that's why we have two generations of doctors, nurse practitioners, physician's assistants, OBGYNs that aren't educated about menopause. I received nothing. I got nothing about menopause.
Right.
And whenever, and I, in my, I have an associate's, a bachelor's, and a master's. I got nothing.
Wow.
And that's
incredible.
Why I stopped, was because, and the thing is that now 25 years later, or 22, whatever it is, years later, since that information was released, we have multiple studies. Even the authors of it have walked back and said, sorry, we were, it wasn't correct what was released. But the problem is the new studies showing the safety, showing the efficacy, and the walk back of the study didn't make the news.
Wow. Amazing. Okay.
So it still continues to exist.
Okay. So yeah. And I've read like statistics. It takes like generations for even false narratives to actually for the truth to become part of the lexicon and in our society. So so this goes back to everything that I have always preached, is that we have to be our own best advocate. We have to do our research. We have to find people to support us. We have to ask for the help. We have to not blindly trust. We have to believe in the fact our bodies are meant to heal, to function joyfully. We are meant to live long, healthy lives and age, in ways where we can still be thriving and strong and passionate about the things that matter to us. And so we've got to find a front row of supporters, of people that are going to, and we'd have to not stop until we do. And, the good news is that you are one of these front row people that we get to have if we choose to. So, because our time is wrapping up here, and I cannot believe how quickly this has gone. Let me know. So tell me, what else do you want to wrap up with? And then I also want you to let people know what happens when they reach out to you for an appointment. What's the process like, and how can you support them, and how can they find you?
Okay. So I am with Cornerstone Wellness, and our phone number is 724-371-0177. You can also reach out to me via email at it's Kelley@cornerstonewell.com. I do, there's so many women who have so many questions, and I want to make sure whenever you decide to work with me that it's really what you want to do. So I will offer a 15-minute free consultation so that you can ask all your questions. I will not be giving you like direct specific medical advice during that consultation because you're not my patient, and that's just not right. But any questions that you have, I had a lady the other day come in and she had all of her questions written out, and we made very great time of our 15 minutes together, and she decided to become a patient. So I don't want people to, and personally, my biggest passion and goal is to get women informed. It's to educate them, because we've been misled, we've been misguided, we've been misinformed about all of this. And my biggest thing is, let me educate you. If you decide to do if you decide to do hormones, I have the ability to write a prescription.
Awesome. So
my biggest thing is them being educated. So you can go to we're at www.cornerstonewell.com. I'm on Instagram at menopause.np. I'm also on Facebook. You could just look up Kelley DeFilippis. As far as Facebook goes, the menopause handout is in your group now, so everyone can read that. It's a long read, but I made it as concise as I possibly could, and it's still like 20 pages long.
It's a great resource.
And I want everyone to know that my information is backed up by studies. Like, I didn't just come up with this stuff. And that's one of the reasons why I love the book Estrogen Matters, because everything that he researched to write that book is referenced. I used a lot of those studies to write my paper, and a lot of other studies. If you want the studies, I can give them to you, but I didn't attach them because it had been another 20 pages.
Okay.
So yeah.
And there's so many questions that we know that people have, and we're going to come, Kelley just gave you a plethora of ways to connect and get some of your questions answered. Also, next Friday, we'll be back. If you have specific questions that you want us to jump in with next week, we will make every attempt to do that, but just reach out to me, get me those questions, and we can discuss it here. So, wow. What a powerful conversation.
So much information that women need to know.
Yes.
And so that's why I recommend they all read the handout first, because it's going to answer a lot of the, I mean, I go into good detail, but it's going to answer a lot of questions that women have. And I would also recommend following the leaders in this space. I'm in here in Pittsburgh, but this is going on nationally. So I have them all listed in the handout, or the majority of them, or the ones I could think of when I was writing it. But,
there's a group called the Menopause. They've named themselves Menopause nationally, and we love the Menopause.
But you can't find them like by looking that up. You know what I mean?
No, it's Dr. Vonda Wright, Dr. Mary Claire Haver, Dr. Kelly Casper. Yeah, I mean, read Kelley's handout. She has this information in there, and start doing your own research. Yeah. We are responsible to take care of our health the best we can, and to help our practitioners help us. Nobody can know it all. And we know ourselves better than we give ourselves credit for. I feel that we have, grown up in a society where we've handed our power away to other people and forget how powerful we really truly are. Mm-hmm. And this is such a great example of taking your power back. Even if we don't have the answers yet, let's find the people that do. Let's collaborate with ones that do. Let me tap into what my body is really feeling and what's going on. There is hope. There are solutions, and be open-minded to and be willing to feel like I don't really know what, I'm realizing new things. I'm open to the fact that maybe I was wrong about something because this is how I was educated and so forth. So there there's never been a better time to be a woman, a midlife woman. I'm telling you, I know it's crazy out there. I know, I live here too, but I'm telling you, things are getting better, even if we're not seeing it and feeling it. And right here in women's health, we have our very own expert, Kelley DeFilippis, here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, who is, isn't she awesome? I mean, she just is so genuine, and she's going to link arms with you, and she's going to help you. Reach out to her and let her start helping you, and then come back next Friday. And, we can't do this alone. Like, this is all about us. Like, this Empowered Chat series just started here today. So thank you for being part of it. And it's going to evolve with your input. And as Kelley and I will continue this series, and I'm bringing other great women, my clients and beyond, who are out there making a difference, showing up, trying new things. And it's a place where we can have just come together energetically and support each other in our journey to live our best lives, because that's what we deserve, every single one of us. So, Kelley, any parting final words before we
see you next week? I can't wait to do some more. Hopefully we're going to have to work on like making sure we have some sort of, but we'll do it, and we'll make it. This was just the first, and I'm sure it's the first of many, and I hope that it is. And I just, the other thing is, I would tell people, share it. That's why I put the hand out there. Give it to anybody you think needs it. Like, share it. Because we need to link together as women, and we need to come together as women to say, you know what, we're not going to have our mother's menopause. This is not our mother's menopause. Right. We are Gen X, and we're not going to take it laying down like previously.
I know, so much to share. We haven't even talked about strength training. So much.
So much. It's so
truly excited. So, and on a final note, on my end of things is, I am here to support you in your journey as a transformational life coach. So if you are looking for another front row person, come and reach out to me, and let's have a conversation and see if I can support you in your growth, navigating life in general. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for showing up today, and for everybody on the replay. And we will continue this conversation on September 19th. So, Kelley, amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks for doing this with me.
You bet. It's a blast. See you later.